Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be trying out Shadow on SKOLL and HATI, or the dogs whatever you want to call them. So I decided to go for a more support team this time. I brought Mazino as a backup DPS with rock ceiling to sort of guarantee that he's going to at least be a good DPS just in case. And to sort of decide where if Shadow is good or bad, I have decided to bring Nausians, who is quite mid, but he gives, when it comes to just general support, he's insane. 30% attack related stat boost, 20% basic stat boost, we've got 5 humans on the team, a nice chunk of damage reduction, as well as if I play 3 cleanse skills, I get 5% basic stats per cleanse skill I play, so not too bad. We also then got, of course, Tonar, who is the dog character, so we get 40% HP related stats from her relic, 40% attack related stats from her passive, and we get 1 ult gauge for every skill she plays, not including her ultimate, which is pretty useful. Mazno's just here as a secondary DPS, and he's got a decent shield. I was going to bring Lance, but I decided against that because then my team would just have, like, I would say too much defense to the point where it doesn't really matter. I'm running Shadow HP defense. We'll go over gear. So normal gear for my Tonar, so resistance rolls one side, defense the other, just with HP crit resistance, so she doesn't get crit as much. Attack crit on Mazino. We got HP defense on Shadow, and then we got HP defense on Nausians. I also got Mael Link on good old Shadow, just to sort of increase his damage by another 10%, which is going to be needed. I want to see what his damage is like. We've got attack crit on Roxy, so Mazino gets even more attack. HP defense on the others, just sort of make sure they can tank. The concept, we're running the anti-freeze concept. We don't want to get frozen. Basic standard stuff, and yeah, let's get on with it. I'm not going to lie, I have tested Shadow on dogs, but I tested it with Lance, and Lance was good. That's the reason why I wanted to test it with Nausians instead of Lance, to sort of see, if I boost Shadow enough, can he still perform decent? Because that is the current problem. He's not performing very well at all. What I'll probably do is, I'll see how much his AoE is going to do immediately. So we'll do this. So the reason I'm not playing the Nausian skill is I will cleanse next turn. Just sort of give me the extra basic stat boost as well as the upgrade, which is pretty decent. It's a stun skill, which means I can use it to remove stances. Oh, we landed the crit. His damage isn't bad. Bear in mind he's not got his buff yet. We will get his ult next turn, which is pretty good. Slowly getting more attack related stat boost from Nausians, which is also very nice. We're not taking much shield, so we've got Mazino's shield, which is the reason why I wanted Mazino, was mainly to protect these two, because these two can be a little squishy. Let me cleanse up first. And play this AoE. We'll also get this man's ult now, and then that should be fine. So this will give us a slight basic stat boost, as well as an upgrade. So now we have a stance removal skill, which is Nausian's stun skill, which is useful. His damage doesn't seem too bad. Like, honestly, it's not too bad. Of course, his ultimate will, because it is a 3/6, will be the main deciding factor of whether he's bad or not. 72k attack. His stats aren't the highest, but bear in mind he doesn't have any of his debuffs, so he's not getting a 30% all-stat boost. If he had that additional 30% all-stat boost, his stats would be insane. HP isn't the highest either. For HP defense, his attack is very high. And what I will do is do this, we'll then get her roll, and then we'll play these as well. So the reason I decided to play Mazno's ult there is for the additional shield. Team doesn't take much damage. Hopefully she can do 10%. Okay, she's done a lot more than 10%. I guess she is sort of being boosted by Shadow with the 5% base stat boost per human, so it's pretty useful. Mazno's probably quite built up at the moment. And now this will be the ultimate test. Can he just nuke them with a single ultimate? Because this phase does not have damage cap, which is the reason why I like to use this phase to test stuff. We do have lots of debuffs on us, but that's fine. Okay, Mazno's 117k with nearly 700,000 health. Shadow's just missing a lot of health. That could be because he hasn't got his ult, which gives him the fluidity buff, which is quite strong. Anyway, we'll find out. We'll find out. Will Shadow just nuke it? It's not bad. It's not bad. Honestly, in my test run with Lance, he did like 1.6 million and barely killed both dogs. So I'll give it to him. It's decent damage. It does require him to have a lot of support characters, but it's still quite decent damage. Now on to floor 2. Here we are, now on to floor 2, which should also hopefully be quite easy. Of course, we do have the damage cap phase at the end. with also the revive as well. And we've only got one person with an AoE skill, which may make it a little bit harder, but it is what it is. We'll have to find out. So I'll do this. It's playing a gold skill immediately. Okay. And we'll see how much damage the AoE does. The AoE is always a nice one to test, because we can hit the undamage cap dog at the same time, which will give us a more rough scaling of what his damage is like. Mazno's not going to hit too hard because he hasn't got his passive built up. Now let's find out. It did damage cap. I can't ask for anything more. It did damage cap, which is always good. I just wish his debuffs were grey, so that means he would then work in places like this. It doesn't have to have the corrosion effect, it just has to apply the debuffs. Because then it means that you'd be able to get his buff more often, which means he'd be a lot more useful than what he currently is. And I'll waste these two, because I don't need them. If he stances up, I will just play the stun skill, which is easier. Damage cap. Damage cap, cool. I'm expecting him to hit damage cap now, because we now will have 3 stacks of good old Nollian's passive, which is nice. We don't have any cleanse, but that's fine. We haven't had any need to use the cleanse yet, so we are quite good in that department. Okay, I'm actually going to save the AoE skill, because I remembered the next phase is going to be a pain if we don't have a cleanse skill. So we're just going to try and get Mazno's ult as well. That is damage cap. That is damage cap. Oh no, it isn't. It's just under damage cap. Okay. Appreciate Mazno hitting damage cap. So he's hitting just under damage cap, which it's not bad. It's 300k. It's not horrendous. It's going to get it and stun anyone, which is good. Not stun, it didn't freeze anyone. What I probably will do is cleanse up, ult this, and then AoE. So the reason I'm AoEing last is because he'll have the buff now. Shadow will have his fluidity buff, which is really what he needs for damage. Can these hit 300k each? Oh, easily. Easily hitting 300k. What's his stats looking like now? That's what I'm interested in. 72k attack, 710,000 health. That's more like what I wanted to see. So those big health numbers. Once again, he's not really doing too much to my team. I'll kill the dog that's making my team, like, horrendously weak. And then I'll just hit it with Tonar for this one. Give me all these horrendous debuffs, which is really hurting my team. We'll cleanse up, give us some more basic stats. Okay, he didn't heal as much as I was expecting. I was expecting Nollian's to at least heal a little bit more. And there we go. It's not hard. Like, I think Shadow's quite good when he gets the buff. He just really needs that buff. Thank you, I really needed that card for like the millionth time. But yeah, how did he do for damage? He definitely did very good for damage. Once again, he does have an AoE skill, so he does have a little bit of 1-up on Mazno, but still, it's good damage. And now on to floor 3. Here we are on to the third floor of dogs, the final floor, for now until they add, of course, floor 4, which I'm dreading for dogs, is floor 4. I don't want them to ever make that, even though I know they will. And it'll probably be, I reckon they'll probably make it within this year. But by the end of this year, we'll definitely have it. We'll just start by getting rid of the... I need to actually save this skill now. I wanted to use it just to test damage, but I still have to keep it. Because now it's gotten to the point where the inactive dog, when it starts, this has a taunt. Oh, that's damage cap. Okay, it's not too good. Can you damage cap? Not really, but the damage still isn't the worst, which is good. We go, we tank nice. We actually tank very well here. Because we can get an additional stun skill from Nollian's, I am going to use this time to sort of push as many ults as I can before I go into the next phase. I actually unselected the white dog, so that could have gone pretty bad. And we'll do this, so that should give us both our DPS ultimates, which is good. Tanar's damage isn't bad. Getting a nice HP boost as well by playing her skills, we'll get 10% up to 4 times. Shadow's damage is decent. And then Mazno ends the kill. Boom, big damage. Not too bad. I wonder if I know it's not going to work, but if Shadow's debuffs worked in Riot, he might actually be not too bad for that, but I heavily doubt that. I'd play 4 skills to kill it. I kind of do want to save Shadow's ult, if I can. It has stunned the one person who didn't have their ultimate, which is kind of sad, but that's just how it's going to be. Decent damage. Damage cap. He does a damage cap. Okay. His damage isn't bad, honestly. I know I have like basically 2 support characters, but its damage is good. Like, if he just had a slight rework, he would be a very good character. But once again, he really does need that slight rework. So I'm just gonna full send in him, and we're just gonna pray that Shadow now can do a lot of damage. Now he's got his buff. Good damage. 383, so that's damage cap. Damage cap again. We kill this one, so now we don't have to deal with the spam of like disables and that kind of stuff, which is really irritating to deal with. Team is tanking really well, even though Nazi doesn't have a shield. Nazi is tanking very well. And I think we land the kill here with Shadow, because he deserves it. He actually deserves it. This is actually really well. HP is quite good. Can I actually click on Shadow, please? He's going to kill it before I can check his stats. No! God damn it. But yeah, he is not bad. Honestly, if you could run this team, or let's just say you don't have Lance, you don't have Escanor, you don't have all of these really broken human characters, this team is actually really good. And it surprised me, because when I was using him with Lance, I guess all Shadow really needs is that extra boost. He can't really, Tonite isn't really enough to boost him. But with Nausians, it's really good. I know Nausians isn't like a super common character to have, but if you do have this team and you are struggling with dogs, this is a very good team. Shadow's damage is very consistent. Mazino's shield is very good for tankiness. Like, none of my health dropped below, let's say, 80%, right, as like a conservative answer. Damage, Shadow and Mazino are really carrying each other. Nausians doesn't have to do any damage. You've got additional stun skill with Nausians, just in case, once again, you don't have stance removal with Tonar, which is useful. Yeah, generally just a really decent team. I'm actually shocked. I'll definitely be testing Shadow on... I'll test him on Bird, floors 1 to 3, and Deer's floors 1 to 3. I won't be testing them on floor 4 because he doesn't have the required skills to make it even worth testing to see if he's going to be any good on it. He's just going to be holding the team back. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.